welcome to Thessaloniki, and welcome to Aristotelous Square. Dressed up for Christmas, but without the chaos of a long, slow tour. We won't bore you with a marathon walk, because this video is just over 9 minutes. The goal is simple: guide you, show you what's here, what you can do around it, and how to move through the area like you already know it. We're starting from Tsimiski Street, one of the city's busiest shopping roads. The moment we cross Tsimiski, the vibe shifts. Less shopping rush, more evening stroll. We enter the small section just before Mitropoleos Street, where the square begins to open up and you can finally breathe a little. And right away, you'll notice one of the latest additions to this year's decoration. A pair of lit ballerina installations, glowing above the scene like they're mid-performance. They're positioned so they almost watch over the area, with the Electra Palace Hotel right behind them, one of the most iconic backdrops in the city center. It's the kind of spot that naturally becomes a photo stop. You get the lights, the hotel, the square's symmetry, and that classic Thessaloniki winter atmosphere. Now something practical, because practicality matters when you're actually visiting. Over here you can also spot the bus stop, which honestly makes this location incredibly convenient. If you're staying anywhere along the main city routes, getting to Aristoteles is easy. Hop off, take a few steps, and you're immediately in the heart of the action. And for those of you thinking metro, yes, it's close, but not literally on the square. If you move a bit upward toward Egnatia Street, you'll find the two closest metro stations, one on your left and one on your right, depending on which side you approach from. So if you're planning your route, bus stops right here by the square, and metro access a short walk up to Egnatia. Simple. Now a quick note about what this video is and what it isn't. This tour solely focuses on the lower part of Aristotelous Square, the section closest to Nikis Avenue and the sea. But naturally there's more to see beyond this. If you want the full festive experience, check our longer walking tour, where we cover the upper part of Aristoteles too, the area with the wooden houses, the carousel, and more of the classic Christmas market feeling. That longer tour also expands into nearby neighborhoods like Ladadaka and includes extra guidance on things like timings, prices, and transport. So if you want the complete overview, it's the perfect big picture companion. But for now, we're staying right here, back to the square. If you've already watched our other video, you'll remember something important. This lower section was one of the last to be decorated, and it happened after December 6th. That's why earlier in the season it looked noticeably more plain compared to other parts of the center. In previous years, this area often felt richer in decoration, more density, more layers, more of that Christmas everywhere sensation. This year, though, the main square can feel a bit emptier than people expect. Not dead, just more open. There are still plenty of lit installations, but many of them feel designed mainly as photo opportunities, rather than the traditional Christmas market setup. So if you came expecting a square packed with food stalls, constant scent of roasted nuts, and a full-on market village vibe, this lower part isn't exactly that. The more classic Christmas market energy is typically found up north, in the upper part of Aristoteles. The good news is, there's no ticket, no gate, no entry. This is a public space, and it's easy to dip in and out. And even when the square itself feels minimal, the atmosphere is still boosted by what surrounds it, because the stores, cafes, and buildings around the edges are decorated too, and that framing adds warmth and sparkle. Now let's talk about what most people actually care about once they've taken a few photos: where to sit and what to eat. On both sides of the square, left and right, whichever way you're facing, you'll find a mix of options. There's local Greek comfort food, the kind that feels perfect in winter. Warm plates, familiar flavors, and that sit down and take your time rhythm. And yes, you'll also see international chains mixed in. Whether you want something quick and recognizable, or something more local and cozy, the square gives you choices without needing to search too far. Cafe culture is huge here, especially in colder months. You'll notice many cafes are set up for winter comfort, outdoor seating, but almost always under a roof or canopy, plus those tall heat mushroom heaters that keep the chill under control. So even if it's cold, you can still sit outside, watch the lights, and feel part of the scene without freezing. That's one of the best Thessaloniki winter experiences, staying outdoors, but comfortably. And if you leave the square and walk toward Nikis Avenue, the city kind of stretches out in two directions. If you head right, you're moving toward the port area. If you head left, you're going toward the White Tower side. Along that seaside strip, you'll find some restaurants, but it's especially known for cafe bars, one after another. Great for a drink, a dessert, or a relaxed evening stop with the sea just nearby. One more tip for tourists, especially if you're here around New Year's. Thessaloniki usually has a small fireworks show around midnight for the change of the year. It's not always a giant spectacle, but it's a nice moment, and it gathers people along the waterfront, where the atmosphere feels festive and social. And if any official program is finalized, like free live music or a public party down by the White Tower, we'll let you know in the comments. That way, you don't have to hunt for updates while you're traveling. So now, let's continue the walk through the lower part of Aristotelous Square. Lights, photo spots, cafes, and the easy routes in and out, so you can decide exactly how you want to spend your time here. Thanks for walking with us. If you enjoyed this narrated tour, tap subscribe and like. It really helps the channel. For quiet, natural sound walks, check our sister channel, City Walk Travels. And if you want more stories, tips, and biographies, explore our audiobooks and ebooks. You'll find all the links in the description. See you on the next walk.